Hello, my name is Codemaster Jamal and I'm an indie game developer. Today I'm going to be making a video about why YouTubers have been going missing, and it's not that big of a craze, at least not anymore. It's not even relevant anymore within the news. I saw a video about this guy from the Philippines going missing, and there's another guy going missing, and I'm probably going to be number 3, right? They're killing YouTubers, why they keep killing YouTubers. And it's for a lot of reasons. The first reason is you're like me, basically, just really hate your content. They think your content is annoying. They think your content is annoying, they think you're very annoying. If you're a YouTuber and you're making a certain amount of money, be careful where you live. Live in a good, clean area. Live in a good area. Don't be like me and live in a place that's very cheap, because when you make so much money, and you may not think that, even if you make $10 an hour working at a place like McDonald's, you may not think that's a lot of money, but to a lot of people that don't have money, that's a lot of money. You have to change your mindset about things in general. Even if you only make $50 a month from YouTube, because a lot of people make money from their content, right? You know, they're stomping me out of my generation, that's what they call it. Because to a certain degree, if it wasn't for me, there wouldn't be Reels. If it wasn't for me, Soulja Boy acts like that. If it was, I started it. That's what it is. The meaning is don't be an idiot. And that's what that type of thing happens to people. So the first thing is that A, they really hate your content. If you're like somebody like me, Codemaster Jamal, they really hate Codemaster Jamal videos a lot. You figure out that's not why you get a bunch of views on the video. They really hate your videos. And that type of thing happens to people. The next thing is that you end up making so much money. You make more money than people that live in your area, and you gotta ride. You gotta move to a better area. Don't be like me and live in a cheap place. In terms of money, you may not think I make a lot of money, but I did. Even though, I wasn't making money from YouTube content. That's why they wanted me to quit my job so much. But yeah, I did basically. I was making $3,000 to $4,000 a month, and I was hyped. But it's not just that. I had a lot of debt to clear off from school. I had a lot of debt to clear off from other things, basically. And a lot of it was just school. A lot of it was school and medical expenses. So that's why I wasn't balling. That's why I wasn't showing it off. That's why I wasn't flashing nothing. I was still paying off my car. I was living with my mother at the time, so I had to pay her rent. That I basically make a lot of money, but they just not let me move out of the house. And that's really what it is. But that's the second point. The third point is that you did something very rude or disrespectful to somebody's culture. And that's very important, especially for Americans. We don't realize how rude we are sometimes. And Americans are very rude by nature. We're assholes by nature. Even here in the US, right? How different culture is from one state to the next. Sometimes it ain't even about states. You can go from town to town and it's completely different culture. There's a huge difference in culture. So be careful when you go to another place, because you could disrespect somebody's culture and not really realize it. That's why I'm going through this myself, where everybody plotted on me. And I'll tell you more about how this type of thing happened to me, because they put it in a movie. It's a movie called Wrong Turn. You guys take care. This is Codemaster Jamal, and I'm signing out.